All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to my channel, Fresh Potato. And in today's video, I seen this post. I think I can't remember where exactly I seen it at. It might have been because I know at times like where if I'm checking my Facebook page, not for this channel, but for my main channel. Like there's at times where I'll see things where it's like if I like something, I can't, but yeah, it's like it was either on Facebook or it was either on Twitter, one of the two. But no, overall, yeah, I seen this and I'm like, hold on for a second, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to doubt this and things, because yeah, it's well, okay, so if well, okay, now I'm like looking at it and stuff. So I'm like Stephen Ewan, he said this himself, and I'm like, because at first I was like just looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I'm just now seeing it that he said it and things. At first I just thought it was just somebody that randomly said this. But if it's coming from him, I'm like, maybe he's seen something that we didn't see. But that's the thing though, where I'm like, fam, Glenn was one of those characters where it's like they could have did a whole series about him, like how they got Negan and Maggie, Daryl, then they had like that short series of Rick and Michonne, and then they had Fear of the Walking Dead. I think if they were to do one where it was or even if they just had it where it was a story but from Glenn's point of view, fam, I think they would have worked. I be personally, I'm like, I think it would have worked. I'm like, Glenn was one of those characters where it was I because I know, like, for me, like the two saddest Walking Dead deaths, and spoiler alert and stuff. I feel like that if you're watching this, you most likely have already seen the show throughout its course and stuff. So, but anyways, the two deaths that did it for me was Glenn and it was Carl. And I'm like, yeah, I just because when I hear stuff about the comics and I hear that Carl is still alive, I'm like, so why did they kill him off? I'm like, because I mean, I get it, like, like it's an actor can only do so much, but at the same time, I'm like, fam, like I think it would have been pretty dope for him to see like Carl play out, like, play out his part and stuff in the story. But yeah, I think if they were to change it where Glenn were to live and stuff, yeah, I think it would have I'm like that probably because I know that they did kind of do like an alternate scene where Maggie was the one to actually get killed by Negan, and that yeah, I think because they knocked Glenn out. And yeah, and it was like, and then they showed when yeah, Maggie, she met the unfortunate fate of Lucille. And I'm like, yeah, I think if they would have did that, if they would have showed Negan killing Maggie, and then on top of that, her being pregnant, yeah, I think that he was already bad enough. I think that would have made him 10 times worse. Like I think he genuinely would have had to have he probably had to flee the country. Like he would have faced charges for a fictional TV show. Like I think that's how bad it would have been if he would have killed Maggie. But no, but it's like I sit down and I think about it. I'm like, fam, a Glenn TV show, or even if there was like, let's say if they were to make a video game where it was like they did go based off of that alternate scene, and yeah, and it's just Glenn, because let's say he's not as forgiving as Maggie, and he's like, no, I am going to kill Negan. I don't care where I gotta go. I don't care what I have to do. But yeah, let's just say that that is like a story, like a story in a different Walking Dead universe. I think that game would sell. I think that game would 100% sell. Where it's like we find out a little bit more about Glenn's life. We come across some new characters, and then yeah, but it's a story overall of him, trying to kill Negan. And I mean, if they want to have it where it's kind of like a multi-choice thing, kind of like the Telltale games, but I would say I think that them Telltale games is cool, but I think if they were to do something like that, it gotta be like an open world game. It gotta be like that Daryl Walking Dead game that they came out with some time ago. So yeah, if they were to do it like that, I'm like, I definitely think it would sell. But here's the thing. Me personally, I don't think Glenn would have disappeared in the background. Now, at the end of the day, we don't really know. I mean, they were introducing characters left and right. So, but I think that Glenn, he still was getting talked about all the way after his death and things. So, yeah, I think that it wouldn't have mattered where you would have put him at, whether you had him like teamed up with Rosita, or if you had him teamed up with Rick, or if you had him teamed up with whoever. I'm like, I think that it would have definitely worked out. So from his, yeah, first off, for like from let's just say like if they did go based off of that alternate scene where Maggot getting killed, I think that, and I think it definitely would have been like anytime we would have seen Glenn, it's like, dang, what's he gonna do? What's gonna happen? Like this this man, he unlost, like he loses his wife and unborn child. Yeah, I think that it's either Glenn would have, and I guess I could kind of see it from that point of view where it's like he disappears in the background, but it's like we see him and we still appreciate, like, dang, well, it's just unfortunate that what happened to him and stuff. But yeah, I think that it wouldn't have been no situation where it's like, oh, he's just going to get like completely ignored and nobody's not talking about him. It's like Glenn still would have been getting love on The Walking Dead, even if he would have been quiet, lurking in the shadows, not really, kind of like on some Batman behavior and stuff. But I don't know. Me personally, I think that if he still would have been alive, I think it would have been nice to see like what is he doing right now? Like how everybody's kind of getting like their grand finale of a show and things. Because I don't know if they're gonna do the movies still, but yeah, I think that it would have been nice to see what Glenn would have been doing right now. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.